Baseball is indeed an inspiration to us all. A clutch hitter provides encouragement with a bottom-of-the-ninth blast that bolsters the faithful fans and exhilarates the fired-up Yankees. An ambitious high school pitcher enlivens all who know him and gives hope to everybody with a heartening display of class and courage. The Montreal pitching staff invigorates the Expos with an infusion of ability, provoking new aspirations for a first-place finish. Spirited major leaguers get pumped up with revitalizing off-field activities that they really get a kick out of. So get the urge to catch it all right here on This Week in Baseball. This week in Philadelphia. The Met Express was rolling right along at Shea Stadium, where fans saw the Phillies go down one by one in the opener. Dwight Gooden stayed on the fast track, striking out 13, lowering his ERA to 1.31. Just watch the good doctor operate. Dr. K lifted his league-leading strikeout total to 56 and got a big boost from George Foster in the fourth inning. Foster's three-run homer was the game winner as the Mets shut out Philadelphia 5-0 for their fourth straight win. Next day, Sid Fernandez treated the Phillies to his own brand of Special K. Just recalled from the minors, El Cid struck out 9 and allowed only one hit through 6 innings. Also zeroing in on Philadelphia was rookie reliever Roger McDowell, who fired blanks for 3 innings to combine on a one-hitter as the Mets took it 4-0, their third straight shutout and fifth straight win for the best record in the majors at 18-8. In the finale, the Mets maintained their lofty view at the top of the East. Keith Hernandez came up in the first inning, and before the Phillies knew what hit him, Hernandez hit his third home run to put New York ahead 1-0. Once again, New York was masterful on the mound. Ron Darling allowed a run to end a Met pitching streak of 29 scoreless innings, but Darling still sweetened his record to 3-1. Another thorn in Philadelphia's side was Jesse Orosco, who tossed 2 innings of relief to hand the Phillies loss number 6 in a row. As for the Mets, 8 out of 9 and a 2-game edge in the East. On to Montreal, where the Expos made a clean sweep of Atlanta. The up-and-coming Montreal Expos got a mighty big kick out of their pitching staff when Atlanta came to town. Bryn Smith shut out the Braves in the series opener with his first complete game this year, and his record stood at 5-1. David Palmer also helped provide a whitewash with 8 scoreless innings to pick up his third win. Jeff Reardon came on in relief and fired more zeros as the Expo pitching staff ran up a streak of 4 straight shutouts and 39 consecutive scoreless innings. Bill Gullickson also contributed to Montreal's 3-game sweep of Atlanta with win number 4. He had only 12 all of last year. And don't forget rookie Joe Heskett, another main character in Montreal's success story with 4 wins and an ERA below 2. The superb pitching has been supported by some hot hitting. Vance Law went 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs in one game against the Braves and had a game winner in another. Hitting almost .290, Law's just one reason Montreal leads the league in batting. So is Tim Raines, who went 5 for 10 against Atlanta. He also stole 2 bases for a total of 8. The sweep put the Expos just a game out of first place, and for the first time in 2 years, were 9 games above 500. Now, time for a featured look at a record-breaking shortstop. In San Diego, Larry Bowa of the Chicago Cubs set a National League record for most games played at shortstop with 2,154. Now that's consistency.
Well, that means a lot to me because it means that I played a long time in the big leagues and I had to be very consistent to play at that position for that length of time.
16 big league seasons and still going strong at age 39. What's the secret?
I have a program that I do during the wintertime. I do something every day during the wintertime, whether it be lifting weights, running, playing racquetball. I try to do something every single day. And I think if you take care of yourself 12 months a year as opposed to 6 or 7 months a year, I think you can play a long time, barring any serious injury.
Bowa has had only 3 brief injuries in his entire career. He started with Philadelphia in 1970 and held the shortstop position for the next 11 seasons. Then it was on to the Cubs and another Eastern Division crown last year. But his biggest major league thrill?
There's no doubt. 1980 winning the World Series. That's the ultimate. I think every baseball player dreams of being the best in that particular year, and winning the World Series and getting that World Series ring stands out in my mind.
Larry Bowa, a standout shortstop. Now, let's open the notebook for This Week in Baseball's TWIB notes from around the National League. Cincinnati's Dave Concepcion reached a milestone when he singled against Houston for career hit number 2,000. That made the Reds the first major league team ever to have 4 active players with 2,000 hits. The others are player-manager Pete Rose, Cesar Cedeno, who got there just 1 week earlier, and Tony Perez, who also made history with a grand slam that beat the Phillies on the eve of his 43rd birthday. That made Perez the oldest big leaguer ever to hit a grand slam. San Francisco pitcher Jim Gott used his bat to get St. Louis, but good. 2 home runs in 1 game, the first 2 of his career. The former Blue Jay hadn't batted in the majors until moving over to the National League this year. Gott also got him on the mound as the Giants won the game in 10 innings. Now it's time for this week's quiz, brought to you by Nissan, builders of high-quality cars and trucks for over 50 years. Rickey Henderson of the New York Yankees is off and running in his 7th big league season. Against Kansas City, he picked up career steal number 500. Henderson ranks 11th on the all-time list, and not one of the top 10 had even 340 steals after 7 full seasons. But for this week's quiz, can you name the active major leaguer with the most career steals? Great Caesar's ghost. Do stay tuned. American League uprising. In New York, the Yankees proved surprising. In Yankee Stadium, 'twas a night of great event when the Twins arrived, unprepared to relent. And so it happened that before inning number 3 was done, the score stood Twins 8, the Yankees not a single run. But then Minnesota's lead began to go, with the Yankee offense dealing blow after blow. Butch Weininger came up in inning number 5 and put the Twins in a fix with a 3-run blast that made the score Twins 8, Yankees 6. Came the last of inning 9, 2 on, 2 out. Don Mattingly provided a spectacular clout.
Swung on deep right field, way back, home run, Mattingly, and the Yankees win it.
The scene was the same the very next night. Yankees down by 2 in need of might. Ken Griffey at bat in inning 7, and there it goes, off toward heaven. A clutch grand slam, and the game was won. Hey, now that's what I call pinstripe fun. Next stop, Toronto, where the Blue Jays took the top perch in the East. The Jays have good reason for building high hopes this season, and don't be too surprised if they clean up in their division. Damaso Garcia has been cleaning up at the plate. In 4 games, 10 for 18 with 9 RBIs, and with 10 steals, Garcia helped Toronto win 12 out of 16 to go a game up in the East. George Bell's bat also has a dangerous ring to it. batting above .320 with 7 home runs and 17 RBIs. Top totals on the team. But it's the newly scrubbed bullpen that could put the Jays on top. Jim Acker has been the big surprise. In 24 innings, he posted 1 win, 4 saves, and an ERA near 1. Bill Caudle was acquired to bolster the bullpen, and so far he's done it with 7 saves and 4 wins. In all, Blue Jay relievers did not allow a run in 7 games. Now, let's review this week in baseball's TWIB notes from around the American League. You had to see it to believe it. Baltimore at Kansas City for a game that drove manager Dick Hauser wild because his pitchers were really wild. Starter Danny Jackson and reliever Mike Lacoste combined to walk 6 straight batters, 1 short of the big league record. Let's watch this walkathon at running speed. It'll be over soon, Dick, I promise. At one point, Jackson tossed 11 straight balls, and Lacoste came on to throw 7 in a row. Woo-wee! Slow down. Even old reliable Dan Quisenberry got into the act with 2 walks, and all last season he walked only 12. Nevertheless, the Royals held on to walk away with a 9-8 win. Oakland's Dave Kingman just loves to hit at Fenway Park. 2 homers in 3 games gave him a total of 8 in 12 games going back to last year. Kong helped the A's take 2 out of 3 from the Red Sox. First time in 7 years that Oakland won a series in Boston. Carlton Fisk of the White Sox got the jump on Cleveland by stealing his 4th base this year. That made Fisk only the 5th catcher in big league history with 100 career steals. California's Reggie Jackson was back in the groove, providing plenty of punch for the Western Division leaders. He hit 500 in 4 games, including career home run number 510, just 3 shy of 10th place all time. Reggie's also back in the outfield, which is heaven to this angel.
I have not been a very successful DH. I've had a lot more success playing. Playing some in the field does make me a better player. And if I do that, then the rest of it will fall in place. The home runs and RBIs will be there, and I'll be a heck of an asset to our ball club.
Now, here's the answer to this week's Nissan quiz. Cesar Cedeno of the Cincinnati Reds is the active major leaguer with the most career steals, 536, putting him 10th on the all-time list. Cedeno came up with Houston in 1970, spent most of his 16-year career with the Astros. With Houston, Cedeno had 6 seasons in which he swiped at least 50 bases, and he holds the team record for career steals at 487. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Forming a band? Auditioning to join a chorus line? Going into the dairy business? Most everyone has a hobby, including big leaguers, so let's hear some.
I love music.
Is reading a hobby, or is that a habit?
Painting is a good relaxation.
I enjoy the game of bingo.
I go out and punch cows out with my father-in-law out in Bryan, Texas. It seems to relax me a lot.
Coin collecting. I collect hats.
I collect some electric trains. I have a nice layout at home.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day.
Golf, anyone? Hey, nothing like some time on the links to improve your stroke. Keep working, man. Other big leaguers find greener pastures on the basketball court. And still others get a kick out of more solitary exercise. Ah, tasty treats from galloping gourmets who like to cook it up and then dish it out. So good. For Baltimore's Rick Dempsey, nothing beats a peaceful day at the old fishing hole.
Tell you what, I've about had it with this darn fish. I've really about had it with this darn fish. Let me see what he did. Ah, shoot, I'll tell you what, I got one way I know how to get them darn fish. I'll show him how to get them. I couldn't catch a fish on my fishing pole, so I dove in the lake and caught it in my mouth. Well, it's been that kind of day. But I guess there's only one way. If you want to go get it, you got to go do it yourself.
Sounds fishy to me. But let's cast off right now with a lineup of dynamite defense that's bound to hook you in. First up, Angel Rob Wilfong. Montreal's Vance Law. Cleveland's Otis Nixon. San Diego's Kevin McReynolds. St. Louis Cardinal Ozzie Smith. Rafael Ramirez, Atlanta. Spike Owens, Seattle. Oakland's Alfredo Griffin, up and at 'em. New York Met, Keith Hernandez. A Texas twosome, George Wright to Don Slop. Boston's Al Nipper. New York Yankee, Don Mattingly. Minnesota's Tim Tuffle. Rich Dower, Baltimore. The San Diego Padres, Carmelo Martinez. Another Yankee, Ken Griffey. And finally, Joe Orsulak to Tony Pena for a Pirate putout. Now let's get on the ball with the story of a high school hero. Here's a familiar scene all across America. A high school baseball team getting ready for a big game. But Xaverian High School of Brooklyn, New York is not a typical team, at least not on this day, because the Clippers' starting pitcher is 17-year-old senior John Cullen, who has only one arm. Born with that handicap, Cullen has courageously posted a spotless 4-0 record, serving as an inspiration to everybody.
I think he's a great inspiration for the whole school and for outside the school, too. Someone who's been able to overcome a handicap like that and go on to do such great things, I think is a tremendous inspiration to everybody.
You know, it's quite unique when you see a handicapped young man participate in a hard-nosed game of baseball. Johnny seems to handle it extremely well. I know several people have asked him, how does he handle a handicap? And he says, he don't feel it to be a handicap.
With good reason, because Cullen made the team purely on the basis of the talent he demonstrated when he was a junior.
During his junior year, that coach started to pitch him a little bit. And he found out that, you know, he was throwing the ball anywhere between 65, 75 miles an hour with a lot of accuracy. And I think it's just a tremendous credit to the amount of time that John has put into baseball.
Ever since I started playing ball in the 5th grade, I was always like throwing the ball around and everything. And I just love throwing the ball, and just pitching came natural to me.
Throw strikes. Just keep the ball down. Cross it over. A lot of concentration, Johnny. You're my main man.
Cullen is indeed a main man in Coach Murak's rotation. Against St. John's Prep, he won his 2nd straight. And with an ERA around 1, Cullen is a major reason why Xaverian won its division title this year.
That's it out.
Besides being tough on the mound, Cullen has also proved to be a tough out at the plate.
You're batting for Walsh. All right, pick up the spot now.
No problem for Cullen, who found the right spot when he hit a bases-loaded single. With a .333 average, Cullen's doing just about everything. Calling to mind outfielder Pete Gray, who made it to the majors with the St. Louis Browns in 1945 with a similar handicap. Of course, there's no telling how far Cullen will go, but for now it's on to the Catholic High School League semifinals and then college, thanks to standout talent and attitude.
If you are handicapped, don't let it get you down. Just keep going after you go and just keep working really hard at it. And if you don't consider yourself handicapped, if you don't go out and feel sorry for yourself, others will feel the same way about you.
Just goes to show you, if you really put your mind to something, you can do it, no matter what. I guess other people can learn that not to feel sorry for yourself. Just go out and do the best you can, and you'll make something good out of yourself.
High school hero John Cullen has done just that. And now it's time for an Old Spice salute, brought to you by 24-hour strong Old Spice deodorant and antiperspirant. This week, Old Spice salutes Freddie Lynn of Baltimore. What a series! In the opener against visiting Minnesota, Lynn blasted a home run in the bottom of the ninth to give the O's a 6-5 victory, reconfirming his own belief in Baltimore's never-say-die philosophy.
The Orioles' attitude ever since I've been in the league is if they're close in the 8th and 9th inning, it's their ball game. And when we come down in the 8th and 9th inning tonight, and it was tie score, we said this game's ours. And there's so much confidence on this club that guys just go up there and do it.
Lynn did exactly that the next night when he again homered in the bottom of the ninth for another comeback victory. Want more? All right, so did Lynn, who struck yet again in the finale, though this time the O's lost. Still, 3 bottom of the ninth home runs in 3 straight games, 2 of them game winners. So congratulations, Freddie. That's all for now, folks. See you next week on This Week in Baseball.